All right, what is up? It's not been a week, but it's been probably like 5 or 6 days. Um, Today's date is, what is it, September 14th, on the precipice of the 15th. September 15th, Kanye said he's gonna come out with he said he's gonna come out with a movie in whose name, okay? I'm gonna give you like a whole broad generalization. The first thing I'm gonna do is tell you the truth, and that is that I am not your financial advisor, okay? Nothing I say on here is an indication for you to personally buy or sell anything. All this simply is a documentation of my own trading journey. Now, with that being said, I have made some moves. Okay, so I told you I bought calls in Tesla, the 480s, right? 480 calls in Tesla. Um, Tesla ran up because one, what was it? Oh yeah, Elon himself went out and he bought, I think, $1 billion worth of his stock, or he plans to, or I'm pretty sure he bought $1 billion worth of his stock. Which, first things first, I tell you about this. There's this thing on Wall Street, and just don't think too much about it, but when big buy orders happen like that, they don't all like rich people, that when they go out there and they buy something like that, it's not all, oh, on the exchange you're just going to see 1 billion in buy volume plus whoever else is trading it, right? You don't see that, and the reason why you don't see that is because they have these things called dark pools. Now, that what the dark pools are meant for, they're meant to process those type of orders, and they do them in a way to where they claim that it'll, like, little market mitigation. Okay, so for those that are holding, you're like, oh, well, I could have had more money. But yeah, but then on the flip side, it's supposed to protect you from when they go and sell billions of dollars worth of stock, like Jeff Bezos selling off Amazon about 6 7 months ago. Okay, long story short, just know about that. But they use those dark pools for more than just that, and this is allegedly. Um, that's all I'm gonna say with that one. But yeah, okay. So he wants to buy 1 billion of his stock, so that can make you feel however you want to feel. A lot of people would say, I mean, he's worth about 400, 500 billion. It's not even really 1% of his net worth. Hold on, I just got a message. Yeah, all that. Okay, it is what it is. Either way, he's buying it, made the stock go up. He sees whatever that he sees in it. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. The only thing I'm going to tell you is what I saw when I first saw it. I told you that the stock looks like it's going up to $700, $800 within, a year or two. Okay, so I bought the 480s because it's right there in the money. I had some changes sitting there. I was like, why not? Safe to say, I remember I told you, because it was like the day prior or 2 days prior, I was like, oh yeah, these options are 20, 25, 30% up, right? Yeah, they were about like 120% after that. Okay, so what I did was sold. I'm not even gonna say sell because I didn't sell. What I did was roll. Now, if you don't know what rolling your option is, look it up. But it's basically like selling, but it's not. What it is basically, if I have an option trading at, let's say that the option costs $4,000 to get into. Okay, I can then choose to roll it for whatever options things I want to do. However, what I did was my strike price was 480. What I did was I found one for the same time frame out, okay, for higher money, which means the way that options works, once it gets closer, you make the most money like as it goes up to that point, okay, and then after it hits that break even price, it's $100 for every dollar over, okay. So most people are like, "Oh, why didn't you just stay in there and ride this?" Yeah, I mean, I could have done that, but I had other moves to make, and on top of that, I still think that, like I said, 700, $800. So what I did was roll the option into 720 calls for that same date. I can't remember. I think it's a year out, it's September in that date or January in that. I can't remember, but rolled those, which basically was about, I want to say 60% is how much I ended up using from that whole position. So 60% of that position went back into newer calls in that position, and those calls are, they're teetering. They're doing what they got to do right now, getting situated. You got to wait. Um, I think you get that stuff a second, okay? Because again, we got something else to talk about with the overall market, with the rate cut. Now, with the cash from that, what I did do was, one, you pay yourself. You always pay yourself some, because you got to think about taxes, and then you got to think about, you know, you got to pay yourself. You got to enjoy yourself. Sometimes. Now, not to say that I took that money and just went and spent. No, I didn't. I have a. I don't even have. I won't even say it's a problem, because it's not. I just. This is what interests me. I know some people that like spending money on, their own personal hobbies. I got different types of these things that I do. Okay, and I'm still thinking about what I want to do with it, but who knows. Um, I did buy some new protein powder. about 5 pound tub of Cinnabon from Ghost. If you've had it before, it's okay. I was really hoping you would think because I bought a 5 pound tub, like it'd be like the best thing ever. So I'm hoping like the more I taste it, the more I'll be like, oh, this is awesome. Rather than I'm tasting it and it's like, oh my god, I want to get this over with, you know. Anyway, so what I went and did though, Levi went in again on those options, added up to that. That one's actually starting to move. It's always looked good, but it's looking like we're getting to that breakout point in Levi. Okay, XRP, of course. You know I had to. I got the hat on. All right, had to go get some XRP. What else did I pick up? GameStop. I'm gonna tell you about GameStop. Don't shoot me, okay? Just know this. GameStop, I don't know how much money it is just sitting on in cash, but it's a ton of money. They have no debt. They have a ton of money. And when I say a ton of money, it's a ton of money for any company to have. And they already have bought Bitcoin one time. Okay, I think they're like 79th on the top 100 people that hold Bitcoin, like as a treasury company. Funny thing about that, remember I said that because I got another stock that I bought too. Remember I said one day this chair is gonna take me out. That was about it. GameStop options, $30 call options for a year out. Just gonna see how that one goes. FNGR is another stock that I've also mentioned on here. By the way, this is a squeeze play. GameStop is kind of a squeeze play, but it's not really good because I got Ryan Cohen over there as CEO in that. Okay, and they got a whole bunch of cash. You know what I'm saying? It's basically like a tech play. That's a good play. That's a very good play. It's got a lot of stigma around it, and honestly, for me, I feel like those are the ones I like the most. If it's within reason. What else did I do? Picked up Levi. Circle. I told you about Circle. I told you I liked Circle when it first came out. Waited a little bit. Told you I still liked it. It started to dip. Doing this thing the whole time on the way down. I'm like, I like Circle. But then I told you at one point I can't play options because they're too expensive, right? Came down to $100. Saw an option play that I like. Oh my god. I think the call option is for $300 strike for a year out. I think those are about $1,000 a pop. Okay, so but when I think I got them, I think it was like 900 a pop. Either way, it's 1,000. But like I said, if I'm telling you what I'm going to do, and again, I'm not your financial advisor, but when I'm telling you, when I'm talking about these stocks, I like this one, but I haven't bought it yet. I like this. I'm going to buy it. If I say I like it, I like it. I'm not just telling people to buy it. Like I like that stock. Okay. So we got Circle, we got Levi, we got Ford. I believe, did I buy some more Ford? I didn't buy any more Ford. I'm still letting that thing do its thing. Still like it. Coca-Cola, didn't touch any more Coca-Cola. Still like it, but if it's going to dip somewhere a little bit else, I want to wait and scoop it up. It's either going to dip a little bit more and I'll get a better entry, or it's going to do its thing, okay? And I don't really care which one it does, okay? Told you about the Tesla calls, Ford calls, Levi calls, GameStop calls. FNGR, like I said, squeeze play. It was like $1.50, $1.60 where it was at. So I was like, I can get you year out options for $100 or $50. Why not? Okay, took that freebie. DJT, I did go buy Donald Trump stock, the big T. I bought options in that for either $2 to $5, close to where it's at right now. It's a great value for picking up where it is. If you look at the chart, it's practically bottomed out. And again, I don't care. It's not about the person or political, or however you want to get like that. I'm strictly moving money, okay? And the moving money aspect, knowing what type of person that is and how they're moving already, they're involved with crypto. I want a piece of that and for one, it's a heavily shorted stock. It's a heavily shorted play. Easy money. NRGV, I still hold some options in that, and it has been booming. Don't know if that rumor about Elon and Tesla buying them is true or not, but I do know that there's some weird coincidences with what they're doing as a company, and they're like, I don't want to get this wrong, but it's like the shift towards specifically what NRGV does. I'm not saying the company is shifting. I'm saying they're shifting like what they're doing right now. Either it was allocation of money or like not allocation, like if you're a business, we're like, okay, we're gonna expand this part of our business and focus mainly on this. Whatever that part is that they're trying to do right now, NRGV helps with that. So that's one of them. Okay. New stock that I bought. Okay, this is just straight stock play. I'm gonna show you two. One of them you're gonna remember, because that's gonna be my swing play. I'm gonna start doing now swing plays again, because again, the rate cut, we're gonna get to that too. How much time? 10 minutes? Not bad. Let's try to make this fast and the last one. Okay, GDC, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a Chinese company, it's a short stock play, it doesn't really do much, right? Before. Just a whole lot of ownership and a whole lot of shorts, okay? It ran before, I think it was like $1, $2, $3, ran up to $300, okay? That was about 2-3 years ago. Came down ever since then. Of course, it's been on my radar, right? For when it gets to different levels. Came to its level, ran up to about $9, okay, from like $1 or $2. Was resting at about 7 or 8, and that's where I jumped in, okay? Then news came out that, hey, they're buying a company, and the company that they just so happened to buy, it's like they got 7,400 Bitcoin, which, oh, that's not a lot. It's a lot, bro. It's a lot. It's enough to put them number 13th on the list of Bitcoin treasury companies, right? Okay, I don't know if a lot of people, I understand if you haven't, or it's like, oh, Bitcoin, but that ship has not sailed. I need you to fully understand that, because there's a lot of things out there that goes this way, that way, that way, and a whole lot of it has to do with this next thing about the rate cut. And what I'm going to tell you is this: people think, oh, we cut rates, and this is based off of cycles, okay? And this is what I'm going to tell you about cycles. Overall, if you're going to use and go off of cycles, you need to have the same conditions as previous cycles. So, there was not bills passed on crypto. There was not this whole conception of how we need Bitcoin here, integrated here, integrated with this. None of that had anything to do with Bitcoin in the past. Okay? So, for you to go off of that as a cycle, that makes no freaking sense whatsoever. I mean, if I'm wrong, you can say something about it, but that's just common sense to me. I mean, I don't understand. You can't. A cycle means perfect circle, like perfect symmetry, right? What you have is like a rhombus or like a diamond. Like stuff is not the same, or even a squiggly line. Like you just got stuff going all over the place, bro. You have no idea, so you can't say that. What I can tell you is that when Trump was in there the last time, when the rates came down, when that market was going crazy, it's when the rates were going down and or at zero already. Okay, and then your bubble builds. Everybody keeps talking about the bubble blowing up. It should have blown up, but it didn't. It got patched up. What did it get patched up with? I mean, we can sit here all day. I can make a whole nother video about just guessing what they threw this money into to patch that bubble up. But here we are. You're past that point. You're not getting it right now. It's gonna bubble over. Okay, it's gonna bubble over. Well, you're gonna get that when you start increasing the rates. Okay, something's gonna happen, then the rates increase, or the rates increase, and then something happens. When that stuff is coming back down, people are throwing money in that market. I'm going to quote you on this. Donald Trump, don't like him, don't hate him. But what does he do consistently? Makes money, right? Himself through his companies, okay? And you can argue, oh, with the government, I don't care about that. I'm talking about what I can actually see and what I'm telling you, okay? Like that basic common sense. His meme play, this play, his son's business, his business, like, oh, it's a money grab, okay? And that's none different from any other politician. Politics, money grab. I'm not here to debate it, okay? It's just what they do. They all make money. They get in there, they got their own, how much they make a year, and somehow by the end of there, or 2-3 years later, they're worth like 6 times that. All of them across the board. You can pick one or two. I don't care about outliers. I'm not here for that. I'm here for the majority. That's the bigger picture. That's what we trade off of. Point blank period. Okay? And point blank period, everything he's doing is to pump up something. So why would him wanting a rate cut signal to you that the market is going to drop? It's not. And that's not the only indicator you can use. Just sit back and watch. They want that cut. Okay? They want that cut. They want that cut. Because before that cut, what does everybody end up buying? We want to buy bonds. We want to buy bonds. That naturally makes sense. I'm not here to explain the bond process to you, but you got Google AI it, okay? Rate is coming down. Do bonds become more attractive? Yes, okay? What overall is about to happen, and this is about to be the part where everybody's got to sit back and watch, because this is the little reverse card, or wild card, I'll say, wild card. Nobody knows what's going to happen. You're still dealing with, you don't know what they're going to do with stable coins, okay? I floated the idea of what I believe that they're going to do. You have to sit back and let that play out, okay? Because the next thing that you got to watch is the dollar, all right? And you got to see if that boy's going to spike, and then you got to see if they say something about stable coins, dealing with the treasury and buying bonds to make it come back down, because if it comes back down, boom. End of story. All I'm going to say is I've been buying stocks on the market because those are going to boom. Now, I can see people saying cut rate, stuff blows up. But what can happen to fuel? There's too many things. You got Bitcoin, you got these companies picking, oh, I want to buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes up. Okay? You got these short squeeze plays. You can have somebody come out, which is what we're here to do. It's to smack stuff on the stock market that is heavily shorted because of the thought of these guys, this blockchain technology, not the crypto. The money is awesome, but the concept, blockchain technology, gets rid of these guys being able to, not even the big guys, because they're going to do what they do, but the little ones abusing the system with counterfeit shares. That is a big deal in the U.S. equity market, in any market. Okay, you don't believe me? There's other countries that have been cracking down on it. Why would they need to crack down on it if it wasn't a problem? And everybody else has cracked down on it but here. Okay? And they're not just going to let it slide. Mark my words. All right? So, GDC. That's why I bought that. Peloton is another one. Peloton's chart looked good. You know, I talked to you about Peloton before. Is it heavily shorted? Yeah. But also, as a value play, it's not a bad value play. And I mean, I don't like buying it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not like buying Peloton. I don't even own a Peloton. I hate treadmills. I run on them 5 days a week. I despise them. Heavily hate them. But yeah, it just looks good, and I bought it in at probably like 810, 815 is what I end up averaging out, and that's my swing play. I'm gonna swing that for, I don't know, maybe, let's see, a week. The goal was about 5 days, but it might be a 2-week play. We gotta see. We gotta see how the market reacts to the rate cut. Okay, you're about to see. Now, if you want to hear about memes, your Vinecoin meme, listen up. I got nothing to say about it. Only thing I'm gonna tell you is that coin is going to be dealing with Elon. That coin gets official dealing with Elon, money. Multi billions, okay? Market cap going from like 200, 700 million to, or 100 million, whatever it's at, 700 million, to like 50 billion. Without even blinking, bro. That's Elon. Without any stigma. Like regular stigma, like Ye. Like I gotta deal with stigma for Ye. That's fair. It's Kanye. He said some stuff that people don't agree with. I understand. But it's still gonna make money, as you saw. It's still gonna do what it's gonna do. His movie's coming out. I got nothing to tell you. I can sit here and tell you all day, oh, his coin might go up. You're watching just like I am. The only thing I can tell you is I'm in the right spot. Okay? I'm in the right spot. And I warn people, do not give me 3 of these plays before I get my regular plays. I'm really just playing around at this point in this area. Okay? Now, am I going off of heavy intuition? Absolutely. Is it working? Yeah. But they were warned, okay? Because if that goes, you don't even understand the ramifications. I don't even think, no, I fully do because I'm already in the spot. But it's gonna be, Lord. BWT, I'm gonna say it again. I believe it's Baron William Trump's coin. The ownership on that is actually going up significantly. We're talking like we're at 30%. And when I say ownership, the top 10 holders. So the top 10 holders of a coin, if I'm watching a chart and I'm seeing that it's kind of going down, I'm mainly watching the top 10 holders because they have the most money invested. They would know something out of everybody. If that thing is dying, looking like it's dying on the chart, but not really, the chart still looks good, right? So it's keeping it attractive. Price is going down, but the insider ownership is going up. That's the whole way why I picked the YZY. How I found that one out of that one was because I was watching the ownership. I see what percentage ownership that these guys normally go for when they do their stuff. It's about 60, 70%. Go figure. This one right here, BWT, went from 30%, is now at 52%. Okay? That's what I'm going to tell you. BWT, Vinecoin, okay? And with the Ye coins, you already know about those. We're sitting back and watching, all right? Do not make a winning play a losing play, okay? Do not get greedy. I'm telling you about that GDC. I said it went up to $300. Like, can it go up to $300 again? Yes. The point here is this. Do not put majority of your... I'm not your financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do. But what I'm going to do, because I've been there before, all right? And I'm not, like, moving based off of those previous experiences. I'm just telling you how it happened. Can it happen? Yeah. If you put up majority of your money, yeah, you stand make a whole bunch of money. But how you're supposed to play those plays like that, you can do what you want. How I do them is if that one's going to make a lot of money, I don't need a whole bunch of money in it. Okay? I don't. It would be cool. It would be nice. But like I said, everything I do here is not for money. I'm trading. I like the art of trading. All right? The art of trading. Finding the trade. Moving money. That's what I like to do. That's what I like to talk about on here. And this is all circulation. You know, if you choose to, if somehow something I tell you gives you the opportunity to, I don't know, just present you the opportunity that you can capitalize off of, that is what we're doing here. Okay? That's what I do. And it's not really for you. This is just a documentation of my own trading journey. All right. So I told you about that. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing something because I feel like I am. Might have some new stocks to slide you guys. Okay, I'm still, I mentioned Kodak before. I'm waiting on Kodak, but just remember Kodak. Okay, Kodak. I'm looking at Hershey's. I don't know. It's kind of iffy. I'm just charting around right now. A lot of stuff looks good. There's a lot of stuff that you can throw money at that looks good, which is another sign that tells me that that market's not done. And when the market gets close to looking like it's done, I will tell you what I think when I see it. Okay? All right? So we're good. Go Pittsburgh. Go Ohio State. All right, deuces.